Hi there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All educational videos channel. We are continuing with learning Scratch and making Scratch tutorials, and in this video we are going to try to learn how and when to use Scratch block which is named glide seconds to X and Y position. Okay, let's go to Scratch to see this in action. In last video we have explored the glide some amount of seconds to random position to make this butterfly fly into some random position in space, and that was more or less fine, and it looks nice for our game and for some NPC non-playable character, and it looks good enough so far. But now we are going to try to learn one block below that which says glide 1 second to X and Y. Okay, so just let me think some good example how and when to use it. Yeah, okay, let's try to find some kind of sprite for some kind of elevator. I don't think there is elevator. Yeah, there isn't elevator, but we can use some kind of simple shape like a block or even a button or whatever you like to and find interesting to use. Yeah, this pedal maybe, or this button even looks good enough for some kind of elevator, or this one. Yeah, I will take this button too again, and I will rename it to elevator, and this is, and I'm going to resize it from 100 to, let's say, 80. Yeah, and I'm going to use this button here, or this sprite here which represents elevator now, to make it move up and down like this, like it's some kind of elevator, and you have to go through acid and or lava to go to this elevator to move to some higher position, higher space, higher level. Okay, let's see what do we have to do to make this button into elevator now. First of all, if you have watched our previous lesson, you know that every sprite, every image on this stage in Scratch has its own X and Y coordinates. Those coordinates represent how far that object is from coordinate beginning, which is visible when you pick this X and Y stage. So our elevator blue elevator shape is now 40 pixels to the right. That means 40 is value of the X, and our elevator is 146 pixels to the bottom, and that is a value for our Y. So, and it is minus because it is down. If you are moving sprites images to the bottom, they will go into minus, negative, and if you push them up, they will go into positive. Same goes with X. If you push them to the left, the value of the X would be minus, and if you push them to the right, the value would be plus. But you can see that on this X and Y coordinate system grid. 240 to the right, minus 240 to the left, minus 180 to the bottom and 180 to the top. So you don't have to remember that if you are still confused with it, but you can always check it out by importing this backdrop from backdrop library of backdrops, which is X and Y grid, and then just look how it works. And yeah, we can read these values for X and Y. I've explained that before, but let's just redo it again. You can read those below the stage on your field, which represents X and Y for every sprite. So if I zoom it a little bit, you can see it now better. So our elevator is 40 for X and minus 146 for Y, and the same numbers you can see here in some of your motion blocks, like this one. Go to X and Y, 40 minus 146, glide 40 minus 146, set X, set Y, and so on. So why is that so? Well, as I said before, every time you move your character in this scratch stage, and look at now on X and Y, they are changing. Why? Because the position of our sprite is changing, so fields for X and Y which represent that position must change too. That's I hope that sounds logic. Anyway, let's turn it back here to, let's say, 40 and minus 145, and these numbers are maybe different in your game. Why? Because you haven't if you have if you have watched this tutorial and made this game on your own with your own shapes and moving objects the way you like, some kind of some of them will be in different positions, so don't worry, it's normal for some of them to be with different X and Y values. Why? Because they are on different position, and that is because you have moved them around the way you like. But if you take this whole project which I am making now and remix it from the scratch site, then you will have the exact values. But as I said, they don't have to be exact in this situation. It's just some kind of random game which we are making so far. Okay, so let's first zoom back to normal scratch site view, and let's see what to do now. Okay, first of all, I renamed this sprite into elevator. That's okay. I have positioned it in space where I want it to start, and now I will start to drag and drop some scratch blocks. I want this sprite to be on, I don't know, maybe level 1, maybe some other. Let's see. Let's say it's on level 1 and I want it to start on this position. As I said just a few moments ago, when you move scratch object into some position, some of these blocks will remember that position and show it right away. So we just have to find the block which will say start from here position, or as we have used it for the cat, that is this block. When we wanted the cat to start from every time from the same position, we used go to X and Y, so we will use the same block for the elevator, go to X and Y, and as you can see, coordinates for the X are 40 and for the Y are minus 145, which means every time I start my game with green flag, this elevator will start from this exact position here. How can I check that if that is true? Well, I can just move this elevator in some random position here, and let's see if I start the game. Well, yeah, it moves right back where I want it. That's cool. Let's check it again. Yeah, it works. Cool. Okay, so my elevator starts from that position. That's its starting position, and that's cool. And now I want that elevator to move in time up, 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 up to this position. So I will have to read the coordinates for that position now. They are 36 and minus 100 and 137. Okay, I have maybe I have made something wrong here, and if you have some experience with coordinates in mathematics, you can probably see what. Well, when I have when I moved this elevator, I wanted to move it just to the top vertically, but because my hand is shaking a little bit, it will probably move a little bit also to the left or to the right, and I don't want that. I want elevator to move only and only up to the top. So because this is mathematics, and mathematics is precise, it can be very, very precise, and but it can also be very logic, and you can experiment it and learn it fast by doing it. So I just have to use my logic here and to see what do I need here. Okay, I need my elevator to move up. That means that I need to change its y value, which is here 139. Okay, I will remember that, but I want to change its value on the x. Do I want my elevator to shake to the left or to the right like this? No, I don't want it. So what does it mean? Well, it's just simple as that. It means that I don't want to change my x value, which is left and right. So I will just use this x value from here, from starting position, and say, okay, I need my elevator to be this high, but I will type here, instead of 32, I will type 40, because I want my elevator to stay on the same position on horizontally. I want my elevator to move only vertically. Okay, so I have my elevator now where I want, but I have to use it in code. I have to code it somehow. I know its position now. Let's say it's 40 for x and 130 for y. That's all cool, but how to use it in code? Okay, as I said, those coordinates, those x and y values are already into some of the blocks. So let's see which one we are going to use today. If I say go to x for 40, 130, what will happen? Well, I hope you can already understand it from watching these two blocks, but if not, then just press the green flag and click it and see what happens. But because Scratch is reading those blocks very, very fast, he will first put the elevator into this starting position low, and then in the split of a second it will push it up to the top, and you won't even see the movement. Yeah, like that. You don't even see that Scratch is starting from this position. Now you will see it. And now if I put this block onto it, you won't see it. Why? Because these two blocks are read very, very fast from Scratch. Scratch reads them very fast, like in a split of a second. Wow. And it's already up, and you cannot see the elevator going from bottom to the top, and we don't want that. We want that motion to be visible. We want our elevator to go slowly from bottom to the top and so on. Okay, but how to do it? Well, that's where this new block glide comes in handy, and that's where we are going to use it, which that block will do exactly what this butterfly is flying around all the time. That block will do exactly the same, sorry, not exactly the same, very similar to this, which we have learned in last video. Glide 1 second to random position. As we have learned before, that means that this butterfly will glide for 1 second from some position to some other randomly chosen in space, and this new block, glide 1 second to X and Y, means that the object on which you put this scratch block will glide, will move to this exact position. That is the difference between these two. This is random position for butterfly, which we have used. That means we don't know where in the space it will be, and this one is very precise. And as you have seen already in this example, we were using it for some very precise motion for some elevator. Why? Because we don't want elevator to go from one random position to another. No, elevator is very precise. It goes only vertically from some exact position in space to some other exact position in space, and so on. So sometimes you will need these random position to use them for some, I don't know, non-player characters, enemies, and so on. But sometimes you will need these very precise position. Okay, so let's see how it looks in action, if it works, if it is all good, it will work nice. Yeah, cool. So this elevator goes from top to from bottom to top in 1 second, and I don't like how fast that looks. I will change it from 1 second to, let's say, 2 or 3 seconds. Yeah, 2 seconds is great. Maybe 2.5 seconds. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, what else I don't like here? I don't like how elevator starts the moment I press the green arrow, which is what I have told Scratch to do. That's all cool. Scratch is doing only what I have said to him, but I have changed my mind. I want a small pause here. I want some time to I want to add some time. I want to add some pause, and how to do it? Well, we have to make the elevator wait for some few seconds, and we know that there is a block for that. We have learned it before. It's one of the control blocks, orange group of blocks. Control first from the top and drag and drop it here. And when do we want elevator to pause and wait? Well, if I start here, elevator starts right away, and it goes every time like that. So I want my elevator to pause in the beginning, in the start, and that is where I will put this block. I want my elevator to wait first, wait for 2 seconds, then no, yeah, I can show you how this will look strange. This is not the right way, but let's see it and explain it. If I leave it this way, elevator will wait for 2 seconds and then go to starting position. That's not what I want. I want it every time to start from the starting position, then wait for some time, and then start going up. But this, if I leave it this way, some of you will probably test it this way too. It will look sometimes it will look strange, because it will not always start from the bottom, but it will wait for 2 seconds and then it will go to starting position. Let's see it in action. Yeah, you can see this is not how to do it, and every time it will stay on the if I leave it this way and then stop the game, then start it again, it will first wait for 2 seconds, then it will jump to the starting position, then it will glide 2 seconds. You see? I hope you see the change. Look it again. First it will wait for 2 seconds, wait 1, 2, then jump to the start position, then go. I don't want that. Okay, that's not such a big mistake. It's easy to change it. Just use your common sense and logic in your brain, and the first say out loud what do you want to do, then change it. I want my elevator to start from this position, which I have defined earlier. Okay, that is working. I want him to wait for 2 seconds. That is working also. And then I want that elevator to go up. Cool. So every time I start this game, it will start from the bottom, wait for 2 seconds and then go up. So this is how to do it and how to use this glide some amount of seconds to some coordinate, some position in coordinate space, X and Y. You will use it sometimes for some precise movements. We have shown here how to use it for some kind of elevator and platforms. You can use that for platforms games, platformers, but go on and experiment yourself and find some other interesting use for this kind of block. It's a motion block, and you can, for example, let me change this backdrop first. You can, for example, use it to, I don't know, find some sprite and try to find some sprite which is moving into some precise movement, precise position. For example, if you want to I don't know, animate again butterfly or some humans, they don't move mostly they don't move in an exact position, but you can, for example, take a cloud, and that could be a nice, I'm picking the cloud now, that could be a nice exercise for you. I will not do it here in this video because it's already taking me too long to explain this block, but I will do it later, maybe in offline, and put the code here. But you should be able to do it on your own, and if you have watched this video and if you understand this code, you should be able to code this cloud too. Just for the only change here, and that would be good for exercise, is that we showed how to move elevator from bottom to the top, which means vertically, and for the exercise you can make this cloud move from left to the right, or from left to the right, or from right to the left horizontally. So code will be a little bit different, and I hope you can do it on your own. If not, you can see the solution in some of my next videos, but try to do it alone. It's not so hard. It should be easy if you understood how to code this elevator with glide seconds to X and Y position. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope I will see you in next one, and in meantime, keep on learning, keep on programming, keep on scratching. Bye for now.